This Daf Lamites of the Yerushalmi Berachos, according to the Art Scroll, was the pagination. According to the Vilna pagination, we are on Daf Chav Vav Amud Beis. And we actually did the first line of Lamites Amud Aleph yesterday, so we're up to the second line of Lamites Amud Aleph. Amar Chia Barva, Kol Atzmon Lo Yitkinu Es Tfilas Zos, Tfilas Ezra was only made of Neit Talmud. The person should have a gravitas, a serious approach when he comes to learn. Shema to Omer Lo Shumutar, we found that it's okay to, he doesn't have to learn how to go to the mikveh before he starts learning. Afu Omer, he'll say, okay, I'm going to go and have relations with my wife, and then he comes and learns whatever he learns. Since you tell him that he is so he comes and he learn all he needs to learn. So it seems that there's some sort of tikkun girsa necessary here, because it seems that it's the first time he's not going to learn Kol Tzarko because he had taken off time and got distracted by having relations with his wife. So therefore, really, if we say that's go to mikvah, therefore he's not going to go have relations, so he won't have to go to mikvah, then he's going to be able to learn really Kol Tzarko. Not sure if somebody actually makes that tikkun. Let's check. Mashbiach doesn't change it, but he says if you make him do the tefillah, he'll if you don't make him go to the tefillah, he'll go first to have relations, and then afterwards he'll go to learn. But if you tell him that he's also to have to the mikveh, also to learn until he goes to the mikveh, then he'll come and learn first everything he has to learn. Okay, basically it's the same idea. It would be easier if we changed the girsa, but it's not essential to do that. We said there. They said over there, presumably in Babel, even to listen towards the Torah is also if a person has gone to the mikveh. It's just like when Torah was given at the beginning. Torah has been given and just like Mount Torah, they had to prepare themselves by refraining from marital relations. So too, you're supposed to be Makabel Torah, learn Torah by refraining from marital relations. Tani will learn Zavin v'Zavos. A person can be Tame with the Tuma Chamura, much more Tame than carry. Zavin, Zavos, Nidos, V'Yoldos. Koran b'Torah, they can learn Torah, v'Shani Midrash, and he can learn Medrash, v'Halachas, v'Agaros, v'Alkeri Asur b'Kulam. V'Alkeri is Asur, again, not because of the level of Tuma, but because of the gravitas which he is lacking. Rabbi Abba Baruch Hashem, Rabbi Shon Halachas, v'Eino Shon Hagados. You can learn Halachas, but not Hagados. I'm sorry. I don't. Sorry. The Pnei Moshe says because halachos don't get the same level of involvement as haggados, which require much more which draw the heart and which get involved much more. But I would say that it means that halachos don't require as much Yerushalmi as learning haggadah. Haggadah is musar, so therefore you have to have much more koved rosh when learning Haggadah than when learning halachas. Alternatively, halachas doesn't mean halacha. It means just piskei halachas, like Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, which, similar to Pnei Moshe, is very superficial. Therefore, doesn't require the same gravitas which is required for in-depth learning. Tani b'shem Yossi shon halachas regilios. And it seems to be a similar idea that you learn halacha which you are accustomed to learn. So Pnei Moshe, which does not require iyun, eventually it's a Mishnah. That you shouldn't go and extend the Mishnah, meaning expand and get into it in depth. Easterboy Meimar eventually has Keres Koros. Some say that you should not say the Shem Hashem, which are written in what you're learning, if you don't go to mikveh after having had relations. Rabbi Rabbi Yizira Boikum Rabbi Yossi, Lace Rabbi Pashat B Im Rabbi. Didn't Rabbi learn with me Ben Pirka Lilelia? So the with Moshe also he was asking him, Kimnulisha Rabbi, my Rabbi, who Rabbi Yasa, because Rabbi Zira did not see Rabbi Yehuda Nasi, so it couldn't be Rabbi Yehuda Nasi. So Poshet Imi Perak Lishanos, he would learn me the Perak extensively. Chenani Im Rabbi, I would learn with him, Shana closing Perak, about Kobalil Tash Mishayah. It was all the night of that he had relations. And lawyer Rabbi Pnai Lipo. And certainly not have time to go to the mikveh yet we were learning together. So when it says Bain Pirke, so Bain Pirke could mean between the time of the mikveh and the time of the time of relation time mikveh, but it could be that means bin, havana, depth with him. Amarle in. So he said yes. It's Takachut. And this is he asked Rabbi Asa if that was the case, and Rabbi Asa said, yeah, that is the case. That's exactly what I did. That's Moshe says, I'm not concerned. I learned without tefillah. And the Gemara is going to say, I'm reading Moshe further. Similar thing. She'll post it parakim b'no both salah shishimesh. Baboker zayah omer mishiyesh lo ezem malachi echdako below tefillah. He says in the morning, he says anybody needs to do something, should go without tefillah. The Rafasim should be below tefillah in order to publicize that they nullified this tefillah. So that's it. It says in the Gemara further. Rabbi Chem Barabba Pashadim Rabbi Chem Ebrei Pirkei Belelia. They learned that night that he had relations. By Utzah for that morning, Havamar, he said, Mandisli Ibida Yezel Yavdinei. If you have work to do, go out and do your work. Don't tarry because you have to. You feel you must go to the mikveh. It says more further. Ma'isa Bechol Shomar Likros B'Tarbin Tzivin. There's a person who got up in Aliyah in Tzivin, which is the name of the place. And came and Askara. Once he got to Askara, to Shem Hashem, he started stuttering. You know whether to say or not. Amar Rabbi Yehuda ben Beser. We never says that him. And it's even was the place where Yehuda ben Beser was actually Chutz La'aretz, but that was the place where he was the Rav. Psach picha of your ears v'arecha. Open your mouth and let your words illuminate. Shem divatam mekam tu, because words of tumah now makabel tumah. Again, Tfilas Ezra no longer is in effect. Amri Yaakov Barakov and Nagi Taman Krabi Loi. They over there in Bavel, the custom is like I don't know why Bavel, because some of these things are specifically in Eretz Yisrael, so maybe the Taman here is superfluous. But it says here, no, it makes sense. Never mind. Sorry. The meaning of Bavel is like that we don't take Reishis Hagez in Chutz La'aretz. That's exactly the point. Rabbi Yoshe B'Kilei HaKerem. Rabbi Yoshe Kerem is only if you have, well, might as well explain, 2 types of seeds plus the grape seed. Rabbi Yoshe say Bali Kerem that they don't have to go to the mikvah in order to learn Torah. Rabbi Yoshe Lagez, the time of Rabbi Loy Omer, anyway, she's Lagez El Baretz. So Chutz La'aretz they don't take Reish Lagez. Rabbi Yoshe B'Kilei time Rabbi Yoshe Mar Lo Meir Chayav Ad Sheyisra Chita Usar B'Chatzim B'Otziyad. You have to have, you're not chayav for kilo kerem unless you plant wheat, barley, and grape seed in one fell swoop of the hand. The same in Bali Karyan, and like Rabbi Yosef in Baltus Balkei Tan Rabbi Omer, a Bali delivery Torah mekabel tuma. Words of Torah are not mekabel tuma; they don't become tummy, and therefore you can learn even though you didn't go to the mikvah. Says the Gemara further. Rabbi Yosef have to have a asi bisimta balayla. Rabbi Yosef was coming in a alleyway at night. V'hava chamra mahal basrei. And a donkey driver was walking behind him. Achad base siach, and when they come to a certain pit, the siach is a pit in the ground. Amar leyahu gavra boy mischei. So the donkey driver said, "I want to go down and toivel." water, a pit with water. Don't endanger yourself. Because it's dangerous at night to go down and into the pit. Marley said, "Me nida mina isha who gavra boy mitzvah." Okay, it needs much more than a mikveh, but he said he just had relations with a woman who's a nida and a woman who's an Eishes Ish, obviously not his own wife. So I have to go to the mikveh in order to matar myself from Averus. I feel can Amar lay lotasaki nafshach. And he said, nevertheless, even though you committed these grave sins, and you should certainly go to the mikveh, among other things, don't endanger your soul. Came lo shamarle, since he didn't listen to him, and he went down to the Toivel. I'm like, Yechusa Gavra, let that person go down, and let him not come up. I guess A, he's a Russia. B, he's not listening to the advice which the great Tamacham is giving him. So that is punishable. And that's what happened. He went down and he didn't come up. Rabbi Yossi ben Yossi hava asi be'ilfa. He was coming in a boat. He saw somebody tying himself in a rope in order to go down and toivel in the water, in the sea. Don't put yourself in danger. He said, I want to eat. He's hungry. I guess he can't make a bracha until you go to the mikveh. Achil said eat. Tell him we're going to mikveh. I want to drink. Let's just say drink. Came the Matan Lalimne once they got to the port. Omar he said, Tama lo sharis lach, I only matter you when we were out at sea, I'll begin sakata de nafsha. Because of sakaras lefashos. I didn't want you to endanger yourself. But here, also, lahu gavra lemitam klum, you may not taste anything ad shai to diasre, until you go and you toivel. So obviously he holds Ezra's lapato, and you still have to go to the mikveh, except with the case of sakaras lefashos. Excuse me. Amar Biani, or said, Shemati b'kilim ba machmirin ba. I heard that some people make and some people machmir. Anybody who's machmir is going to have a long life with good stuff. Makeoba, what's the kula people make with it? L'chotz ma'im shuvim. She says people use water for aboyim so, but it can be drawn water. It doesn't have to be mikvah water. It doesn't have to be rainwater. Machmir ba. On the other hand, those people are machmir in it. They use not just rainwater, but a spring, fresh spring, which is a higher degree of tara. So there's a whole. I think the Mishnah is trying the Gemara is trying to give us the conclusion that whatever you do works. Machmir tovla bracha, but if it's going to shter anything which you need to do, you should not shter. Halacha. Masnisin. Maybe feel somebody is in the middle of davening. Niska shubal carry. Hey, remember they didn't go to the mikveh. Lo yav sikish not into stop davening. And the katsa he should daven. He should abridge his davening. I mean, it's each bracha. You should say a shorter version. Yarlit bo. If you go down to the mikveh, there's enough time for you to come out of the mikveh and to cover yourself up. If you cross and read Achilotani, it's a chama. Each month before sunrise. There's obviously going to be that you're supposed to read it before sunrise. Yalevi is kasevi yikra. You should get to come up, cover yourself up properly, and then read Shema. If not, you skasa mind because cover your bottom of your body with water and read. Lo iskase lo b'mayim aroyim v'lo b'mei. You should not cover yourself with brackish water or water which flax has been soaked, which is disgusting. Until you dilute it with pouring in water. How much you have to distance yourself from this brackish or disgusting water and from excrement before you can say Shema or Daven. Arba Amos. 4 Amos. Says Mar Masnisa Barabin. The Mishnah is talking about when you are with the tzibur. It says the Charedim. He says that But if you deal with the tzibur, since that they shouldn't sense that he's doing something strange and he'll be embarrassed, he tells time a kitzer. They let him abridge the davening, the god of cover abrios, on account of cover abrios. But if he's in private, mafsik, he interrupts. Rabbi Meir. That's like Rabbi Meir. That's his. Who holds obviously that one is not supposed to daven, and that's until one does Tfilas Ezra. Abraham Rabbi Yehuda holds Tfilas Ezra is not no longer in effect or no longer required. I feel even if you're by yourself, ain't no mafsik. If you don't have water to table. But if you have water to table, after Rabbi Yehuda Moed Shu mafsik. Even Rabbi Yehuda concedes that your mafsik obviously won't be true according to Rabbi Yehuda Musera and the others which you learned before. But Rabbi Yehuda holds that still, if they have water, you should use the water. You have a sick person who really can't table, and he had relations. I said, if he decide on his own to have relations, right? Then then in that case, eat both almost. Too bad. Gonna make even though you're gonna die. If it's honest, the honest. The name Moshe says you saw Kerry inadvertently, but according to him, most people need to say before it says only if you have relations. But so Chareim says here it's ba'ones shelo shimesh el b'dimya chalom ba'onesu, because we said before that if you have relations in a dream, you still have to go to the mikveh. So that would be honest if he had relations in a dream. And much we don't make him go down to the mikveh because he's sick. No matter what. Even if he did it deliberately to himself, normally go down mikveh because he's sick. Chole hamargil, the chole who is margil, the Pnei Moshe says he's mamshich esaker love shem shem shemitaso. He deliberately has relations, but it's really what everybody says here. So if before Rabbi Ami said Yipo V'Yomas, but this Gemara says Chol Margil Tzarech Tishas Kabin. He doesn't have to go to the mikveh. He can do Tishas Kabin. Bari Margil, if he's a healthy person in relations, Tzarech Arbim Sa. He requires 40 Sa. Chol Meones, again according to that Charedim where he saw in a dream. Ein Matrichim Alav. We don't make him go all together. Bari Meones. But if somebody was a bari and he was an ones, then tzarich tisha kabin. He has to do tisha kabin. So obviously they're very different gradations. Even according to those who require tefillas ezer, how much of a tefillas ezer, how much of a shetara we require of you.